first high resolution transmission electron microscope data I had presented in Goa University.
Okay, so you were the first one to do that.
The first one. First atomic force microscopy data I had presented. Thin film data is mine is the first because that is the first project or first research field in Goa University.
What I can remember is the aroma of lovely appams and stews, the coconut trees over there, the curry leaf based dishes. From there you came to a land of Sheetkodi. Tell us about the land you come from.
My journey from Kerala to Goa was accidental. Principal Dr. John Fernandez, so I'm Jaison Joseph, I'm joining in. Then he said, you join and then join for the college picnic.
Oh, the first day was picnic for you.
So my first day in college was the college picnic.
Day. Okay. Why it is happening that students are not opting for physics as a subject? I know I'm making a bold statement, but this is what I have observed.
The shift has to be from pure physics to applied physics, which has not happened in physics. Government College Khandola had the first pure sine wave inverter installed in Goa. And that inverter is still working. And I am happy to say that the website is created and hosted by our own students from Khandola College.
The challenges a person faces, migrates and moves from his hometown, this displacement from a cozy comfort zone can be quite intimidating for youngsters. But then, when you manage to face all the odds and challenges in that new territory, socially, economically, academically, I think then that journey becomes an example of an inspiration to people around. Professor Dr. Jaison Joseph, who has recently retired from his service at Government College Khandola. Hello viewers, welcome to Once Upon a Time once again. Today's podcast is a narrative that attempts to understand the challenges a person faces when he or she migrates and moves from his hometown to another land, a new land, and this displacement from a cozy comfort zone, both geographically and culturally, even linguistically, can be quite intimidating for youngsters. But then, when you manage to face all the odds and challenges in that new territory, conquer your fears and anxiety, build relationships, and do your work with dedication, climb up the ladder socially, economically, academically, I think then that journey becomes an example of an inspiration to people around. And that's a precise reason why today we have a guest who moved from Kerala to Goa. He was a studious student of physics in Kerala. From there, he moved to teaching in a higher secondary school in Goa. From there, he moved to become a college faculty member. And then from there, he moved to do his research. From there, he moved up to receive professorship, which is the highest available collegiate educational cadre. And then from there, he moved to a completely different area, which is fashion and architectural photography. Happily married to a well-known architect in Goa, Elizabeth Kurian, and blessed with two adorable kids. Presenting before you, ladies and gentlemen, our guest for today, Professor Dr. Jaison Joseph, who has recently retired from his service at Government College Khandola. So you're around 17 to 20 days freshly retired person. Dr. Jason, welcome to this podcast. And we would like to know your journey right from your 22nd year of your life to today. And I won't reveal the age, whatever the age. So welcome, Dr. Jason.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this prestigious podcast of yours. I'm very glad to be your guest.
Pleasure here, Jason. Let's go to, the years of the late 1980s and early 1990s flashback. Tell us about the land you come from. What I can remember is the aroma of lovely appams and stews, the coconut trees over there, the curry leaf based dishes. From there, you came to a land of sheet kodi. Tell us about the land you come from first.
Okay. I'm coming from a small town called Moatibura. It's in the central place of Kerala.
Okay.
It's a very nice, gentle town wherein a river flows, and my home is at the side of a river.
Wow.
And we belong to an agricultural family,
Okay.
wherein our main crop is rubber. So we belong to a rubber planters family.
Okay.
So from day one, I have grown seeing rubber plantation. But fortunately, my parents were teachers. My mother was a chemistry teacher, and my father was a linguistics teacher. So in all probability, that may be the genes which placed me into education. And I really did well in schools, colleges, and completed my MSc in physics with a specialization in material science from Mahatma Gandhi University, Kotte.
So when you came from Kerala to a village at Valpoi, I think.
Yes.
That was a village. So when you came over here, I'm sure you might have, faced all that newness and that strangeness. So was it like that? Was it a struggle initially? How was it when you came to Valpoi?
My journey from Kerala to Goa was accidental. In fact, immediately after getting my results of MSc, I had applied for BARC, training school.
Okay.
And I had to go to Mumbai for an interview.
All right.
So I first came to Goa and then proceeded to Mumbai.
All right.
So when I was in Goa, I saw this advertisement which came in Navin Times.
All right.
So while going to Mumbai, I came to Panjim, put a plain application in the Directorate of Education and went to Mumbai.
All right.
Then after some days, I got a call for an interview. I came back, attended the interview and went back.
So was it that casual?
It was really casual.
Okay, so it was all destiny, I suppose, that you had to be here and be a part of our teaching fraternity. That's an interesting story. So then you came back and you joined.
No, after interview, I went back to Kerala. And I was not having any intention to come or anything of that sort.
All right.
But suddenly I got a telegram at my home. At that time, there was no phone, nothing of that sort. So straight away, I got a telegram. It was having one sentence, join immediately. So I took the next train, came here. And when I reached to the Directorate of Education at that point of time, they told me that you are going to get a posting in Valpoi.
All right.
I was very happy.
Why?
Because my relatives were in Valpoi.
Okay.
And we also had a rubber plantation nearby Valpoi.
So you had a small, hometown feel in Valpoi.
So, yes. So, in fact, I didn't have that homesickness.
Yeah, that's probably one of the reasons why it could be smooth in the initial years for you.
Yes, initially it was very smooth.
Yeah. Then how did you land at Government College, Khandola?
Yeah, I remained in Valpoi High Secondary for 2.5 years.
All right.
When I reached Walpoi High Secondary, things were very strange compared to Kerala.
Okay.
There was only a building,
Okay. Okay.
and there was one principal and one vice principal,
Okay.
and as lab there was nothing.
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
So I had to set up the lab.
Oh.
So straight away after completing MSc, still being like a student, and jumped into setting up a lab was a challenge.
Yeah, responsibilities. And
That-
back in 1990s, I'm sure in the rural areas where you have a government higher secondary school, with the kind of funds that are available today for schools, I don't think that was at that time. So how did you manage setting up the lab?
Funds were not such a problem because we were in government.
All right.
But documentation and obtaining the fund was a problem.
All right. Okay.
So joining in teacher grade 1 cadre,
Okay.
and then making the correspondences with the government was a challenge.
Oh, okay.
But somehow we managed. The principals were also very cooperative. So very soon we could acquire the equipments.
All right. Okay.
And in high secondary, we didn't need such a great equipment as such.
Okay.
But whatever is required, we have placed it in and started the lectures and the practicals.
Okay. So how long was this now there, your stint at teaching in the higher secondary?
2.5 years.
2.5 years there. Then how did you land at Khandola? Again, must have been accidental?
And after 2 years,
Okay.
so because the first batch is coming out in 2 years,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
But when the first batch results came in, that was a surprise for me also.
Okay.
Because compared to the other government high secondaries, Walpoi High Secondary, especially in physics, got 100% result.
Ooh. So there was no turning back now. You had to go forward.
That
only.
made me realize that I know to teach.
You know to teach. Okay. No, but genetically you would know to teach. But then another realization is always welcome. Then, okay. Then from there?
But still, I was not very keen to be in high secondary.
All right.
Okay. I had applied already to an MTech course in optoelectronics in Anna University, Madras.
All right.
And I was about to go.
Okay.
But then in newspapers, we had a article wherein government is trying to propose government colleges.
Okay.
So that made me think again.
Okay.
So if the government colleges are coming up, okay, so I may have a chance. So if I remain here, I may get elevated to the college.
All right.
So when the advertisement came in, I applied.
Okay.
Again, as usual, I was called for the interview. And after interview, I just went back.
The pattern is similar.
Pattern is similar.
Okay.
Okay. So one fine morning, I got a letter of appointment from the same Directorate of Education. Okay. So once I got the letter of appointment, I contacted my parents, and that time the contact is through letters. Parents have told, anyway, what you wish for, you got. So be here in Goa. So that's how I got settled in Goa.
You remained.
So then from high secondary, I moved to Khandola. I still remember I joined in Khandola on 28/1/1991. I had an Yamaha motorbike. I took the motorbike, parked it in front of the college, entered in, and told Principal Dr. John Fernandez, so I'm Jaison Joseph, I'm joining in. Then he said, you join, and then join for the college picnic.
Oh, the first day was picnic for you.
So my first day in college was the college picnic.
Picnic day. Okay.
And that picnic continued for quite some time. But I was very studious to be in lectures and practicals. So then the journey moved ahead in Khandola College.
So again, at Khandola, since you were the first to enter the physics department, you might have had the similar pattern of setting up a lab and, taking responsibility for...
Correct. I had the same setup, but this time I was confident because I have already set up something in high secondary. So I was not worried. I was not afraid. Okay, I could set up. And one more thing which happened is in Khandola College, high secondary was running. Okay. So there was a physics lab
already
there. But equipments required for the graduation was not there.
Okay.
But by the time I got the knack of who all are the suppliers, how to do this, how to put the proposals. So again, that went on smooth.
So, talking about the lab, building a lab, what were the difficulties that you faced in the procurement of probably the equipment and things like that at Khandola?
I am a techie person. So since I am a techie person, I will not buy anything and everything.
Okay.
So precisely when I want to buy some equipment, I had gone deep into the up to the
Research.
manufacturer,
Okay.
and I also have gone into the technicalities of the equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So this helped me identify the equipment
Okay.
and place it to the college, and which moved to the Directorate of Education. So that made the things a little smoother. So what it means is that there was no papers coming back for clarifications. So things were a little faster. And again, most of the time, I tried to get the equipment from the original manufacturer instead of an agent
All right.
or a middleman. So the correct and the authenticated equipment had come in the lab. But that had a advantage because the equipments remained
For a longer time.
for a longer time. I still remember the equipment which we had placed it in the lab. Some of those equipments are still working
Till today.
till today.
Fantastic.
And many of the equipments which we have incorporated in our physics lab were new and innovative.
For
We
example?
deviated from the regular equipments.
Okay.
For example, lighting equipments,
Hmm.
which we generally use it for graduate practicals.
Okay.
We used to have sodium vapor lamps or mercury vapor lamps.
Okay.
But since we are from the government and we have the funding, we elevated it to helium neon lasers.
Okay.
At that point of time, if I'm not mistaken, Government College Khandola Department of Physics is the only place wherein a helium neon laser was there.
Okay. Fantastic.
But that helium neon laser which we have purchased that time, on my retirement day also was functional.
Beautiful.
Another equipment which I can say is a pure sine wave inverter.
Okay.
See, that time we had situations wherein current regularly goes off.
Fluctuations. And all that,
Fluctuations
yeah.
and current goes off.
Mhm.
And then in all probability, Government College Khandola's physics lab made the first lab which had installed an inverter and started running on inverters when the current goes. But we had a problem. We had cathode ray oscilloscopes.
Okay.
And that cathode ray oscilloscopes in a step inverter will not work.
Okay.
You need a pure sine wave AC current or voltage. So, in all probability, Government College Khandola had the first pure sine wave inverter installed in Goa.
Poof.
And that inverter is still working.
I mean, I worked with you for 23 years and I never knew this because we never, exchanged information about the lab. But wonderful, wonderful. Then after that, after you set up the lab and everything, and then you had this huge hibernation gap. This whole phase of, easygoing. Probably you were busy with, getting settled into matrimony, marriage and kids and all that. Maybe, I don't know. But I want to ask you, after that hibernation phase, when did you wake up and decide to do research?
Oh, that's a good question. So, initial years in the Government College Khandola was hectic.
Yeah, I agree.
Because every day we need to prepare for the lecture.
And you were
And
fresh.
there is something in the lab to set up. But over first year, second year, that phase diminished. So we were little bit relaxed.
Yeah.
That is the time which, in all probability, I have used to settle myself.
Yes.
So I got married. Then I had purchased a plot. I had constructed a bungalow.
Okay.
Then I had kids. And then I had a passion to these vehicles. So we used to buy vehicles, scooters, and then motorcycles, then to cars. And I also went into a little bit of investment in real estates because my wife is an architect. And things were going happy-go-lucky for quite some time. And our education scenario also was like this that point of time.
Yes, that I can vouch for because I was also there with you that time.
Yeah. So we go to the college, we teach, and we come back.
True,
Okay. And do our personal things. Personal things. Okay. But then there occurred a shift in the educational scenario. Somewhere our principals or education department officials, they were pointing on doing research. Because the scenario is shifting from teaching to research. Okay. So initially I didn't pick up that. But later on I realized that if I don't do research and if I don't elevate myself, I may lag behind in future. That prompted me to get introduced to the research by joining in PhD. And many of my good colleagues also advised me. But initially I didn't take up that advice. But later on I myself had realized. And then one fine day I have registered for PhD.
And then again, there was no looking back. It was only looking forward for more and more. No? So then after that, now tell us more about this research work of yours, the papers you've published. You've also undertaken some minor projects, I think, no? If I remember.
Yeah, I have undertaken
so
minor.
Tell us more about these things. Like
joining in research is also, to a certain extent, a funny thing. One fine day, I took my bike and went to Goa University. And I met one professor.
Okay.
And I said, I would like to join for PhD.
All right.
The professor immediately told, I'm full. You have to wait for 1 year.
Okay.
Then I went to the next room. There is another professor. I repeated the same request. Then he said that you have to wait a little. So then I went to the third professor.
Okay.
So I knocked in, I entered in. And then I said, sir, I am a faculty from Kandola College. I would like to join for PhD. Then he immediately told, sir, Jaison, sit. So I sat.
And you got up with a PhD?
No. He coolly asked me, I have two problems. One is easy. Somebody had done something. So you have to deviate a little and you can do the remaining things.
Okay.
Okay. In all probability, you will get a PhD.
Okay.
But I also have another problem. That's difficult. I only have the problem. I don't have the solution. So I don't know. Immediately I said, sir, I don't want your first problem. I will take him the second problem.
One.
Then he told the problem.
Okay.
The problem is an extremely new thing.
All right.
The research is to be done in a different state of matter, that is thin films.
All right.
Because in Department of Physics, Goa University, all this while, people were doing research on bulk materials. And little bit introduction into the nanomaterials of coming.
Okay. Yes.
But this professor, he had a wisdom to get into the thin films.
Okay.
Then it clicked me because in my MSc, I had a paper of thin films.
Okay.
Then he clearly said, we don't have equipments here
So then?
to create a thin film.
So then?
So then I came back and in another 2 days, I took my train and went to my parent university. that is Kerala University. So in Department of Optoelectronics, I met my old professor. He says, Jaison, you are welcome. We have two equipments. We have a pulse laser depositor and we also have a RF sputtering machine. You bring your sample, we can make the thin films.
Oh, that's how lucky you were. Huh?
I came back and I told this to my
This
professor here in the
faculty.
university. He said, no, you do the things for registration of PhD. So that's how I started my research by joining in PhD at Goa University.
And then what about the projects that you've taken?
Meanwhile, I registered and then we had a chance to apply to a minor research project by UGC. That I could do it from my college.
College, yeah.
I did it in collaboration with a chemistry professor.
Okay.
So we need to make the material. So we need a chemistry person. So he helped in making the materials and we placed a collaborative project.
Okay.
And there was a small interview thing like that. And that project got clicked and it got sanctioned. So that helped me in getting the material for making thin films.
What about this trip that you made to Baba?
That is again in a sideline of my PhD. Indian Academy of Sciences, they every year call for teacher fellowships.
Okay.
So somewhere I got that advertisement and just like that I have applied.
Okay. Again.
Then I didn't know anybody in Indian Academy of Sciences or anything. In all probability, the research which I am doing or things like that, I got selected that year. And the posting came in BRC. So it was an internship for 2 months.
Right.
So we have to be in BRC for 2 months and then we have to work on certain projects.
So what was your biggest takeaway from BARC?
See, I had a flavor of research and guidance which we are getting it from Goa University.
Okay.
Before reaching to the BRC.
Before BRC. So
But when I reached BRC, I realized that things are in a different way there.
So your approach towards research.
So my approach towards the research got solidified when I reached in BRC.
So exposure is a must actually. If you
Definitely
go
in
out
sci-
of this place, you will learn little.
Yeah, especially in physics research or in for that matter, any scientific research, an exposure in an research institute
Is a must.
is an added advantage.
Okay. What about the high-end techniques that you introduced at Government College, Khandola? Tell us more about that.
Yeah. So before that, I would like to tell about what I had done in BRC.
Okay.
Okay. See, in our MSc Physics as well as in MSc Chemistry, 4 years, we were listening to a technique called Mossberg spectroscopy from our professors.
Okay.
So that is a routine lecture and then we write the examination. But when I reached BRC, I could actually see that machine and I could run my samples and I could get the data. I still remember I am bringing that data and presenting it at DRC in our Goa University. Then I realized that this is the first time a Mossberg data is seen by my fellow research mates and in all probability maybe some faculties also. So then I realized that from a research lab, if you get a data and that also with a proper analysis done, that's having a great value. And in very short period of time, maybe in 6 months, this data is analyzed. We have created some conclusions and that is placed it in a solid state physics symposium And from that, it got published as a paper in a very good journal. That was an international publication.
Okay.
And that was my first international publications with 3 eminent scientists from BRC as co-authors.
Lovely.
So then I realized that I'm elevated. So
That's really
I didn't have to
nice.
go look back.
That's nice. Then how did you establish a research culture in the same college that you were working?
To establish that research culture in the college, I myself should be in that research culture. So that I got it when I was in BRC and when I was in UGC DAE CSR Indoor.
Okay.
Because these are the 2 institutes wherein very high-end characterization equipments are available. So when I was in UGC DAE CSR Indoor, I could work on atomic force microscopy. I could work on skewed VSM.
Okay.
I could work on transmission electron microscopes. And these working are all on my own samples. So that means I have prepared the samples. That samples data is what is coming out. All this data which are coming out, so that I am presenting it in DRC in our university. So then slowly I realized that first high resolution transmission electron microscope data I had presented in Goa University.
Okay, so you were the first one to do that.
The first one. First atomic force microscopy data I had presented. Then anyway, thin film data is mine is the first because that is the first project or first research field in Goa University. Many of these incidents wherein I could see from the eyes of my own professors who are sitting there. So these all are the firsts. I can still recognize when I just place my high resolution transmission electron microscope picture wherein I have a particle of nano size 20 mm.
Okay.
So everybody was stunned like that. In the sense, what happens, we are seeing a nano material as a photograph for the first time. And this high resolution transmission electron microscope data, I could get it from Trivandrum, wherein I had a previous connection.
Okay.
So in research, connections are also very important.
Connections also very important, yes. Just an offshoot question, because see, when this is a normal, psychological process, like whenever you are climbing up a ladder and, there is always this crab mentality around and people will want to pull you down and all that. Did you ever face such hurdles or resistance while you were climbing up and elevating yourself?
We put it in a different way. Okay. That I got it from my professor itself.
Okay.
From Kerala.
Okay.
So he always says, Jaison, if you are doing a research, you always will have some sort of a nuisance value around you.
Okay. So you were prepared.
So I am aware of that nuisance value and somehow I have mitigated it.
All right, that's nice.
But it's a fact, it is there.
It is there, yes. That is there everywhere, in fact, So you were smart enough to know about it, be aware of it, and keep it at bay, keep it at a distance. Very nice, very good. Tell us about what is your opinion about today's students, because this I've heard also, I've seen also. Today's students are, showing a decline in their interest in opting for physics. I know I'm making a bold statement, but this is what I have observed. I have also heard from different other colleges, not the college that you're working in. But I'm asking you, what is your opinion on why it is happening that students are not opting for physics as a subject? What must be the reason?
Yeah. In fact, it's a fact. We cannot hide it. So, students' numbers are declining, not only in the college where I worked, but it's a whole state phenomena. It's a whole India phenomena.
Yes.
But there are reasons for that.
Okay.
But unfortunately, many of our own faculties and the people who are in the helm of affairs, they are not ready to talk about that.
Okay. Okay.
See, precisely what happens is, when we were students, we learned subjects because of our interest. But today's students are learning the subjects because they wanted to get a remuneration from that. So that means the job opportunities are getting linked to the choice of subjects. Now, in physics, physics had a choice, and whether we like it or not, majority of the choice in physics, when you graduate or postgraduate, was again teaching physics. Okay. But now teaching scenarios have changed.
Yeah.
So to teach fundamentals, we may not need another faculty. The shift has to be from pure physics to applied physics, which has not happened in physics.
All right. You think if it happens, it will change the...
It should change. I had initiated something in the college itself, wherein tried to put applied components and create new courses.
Okay.
So I still remember long back, I had put up a proposal to the Directorate of Higher Education to start a course in non-destructive testing of materials.
Okay.
There is physics in it, but there is an applied component.
Applied, okay.
A postgraduate diploma if you start, and if the students come out of that, they may immediately get a job. Okay. Now we have topics, say non-conventional energy systems, or medical electronics, or in Goa recently, gaming electronics. Okay. Or if you say architectural acoustics, or if you say sound engineering, these all subjects, if you want to teach, we need a base physics. But only with base physics we cannot teach. So we have to amend and place physics with a projection to applied physics. Then we can accommodate the students. Otherwise, we are reaching to a dead end. Anyway, this is my personal opinion.
Okay, and then we had this one phase, in our teaching career, wherein the CBCS came in and the choice-based credit system, under which we had this skill enhancement course component. For your paper, I don't know what was your role, whether you could convince the Board of Studies for any particular paper, but I know that you all have had photography as one paper.
Yes.
Right. So how was it welcomed by the students, one, and what was your role in the whole thing?
Okay, I'll tell about that. So before that, I would like to tell how we pinpointed to photography. See, we were physics people, agreed? So we were teaching physics. And then I went into research. So when I went into research, I need to have these equipments.
Okay.
They are very costly and most of the equipments are imported.
Okay.
There was one situation wherein I need to measure thermopower.
Okay.
My sample is there, I need to measure thermopower. That thermopower measurement machine, which is available at that point of time, was costing 80 lakhs and it is manufactured by only one single company based in USA. Then I had a student who is good in electronics, who moved from BSc to MSc to MTech in electronics, and then he came back and he was in Goa. So I just mentioned this to him. Then he said, "Sir, why don't we try to get something of our own?" I said, "You go ahead." So then that conversation led to creation of an equipment wherein I could measure thermopower with the equipments produced by this particular student.
Okay.
Then there is a realization that you need to have skills also enhanced along with academics. Then that instrument which we have created lead to creation of another, say, 7 to 8 characterization equipments which are research level, fully automated. Now this student is selling that equipments all over India in universities and labs. So all these things I understood, or I was part of this one. So then I realized that merely teaching physics in theoretical format is good for the base understanding. But beyond that, if it is applied and if you create certain skills, students like this person will also come up. Skill-based concepts have come in. SCC paper is introduced. Then each of the board of studies came in. So in physics, in one of the board of studies meeting, people were talking, our colleagues were talking everything. So they say that no, we will introduce a course in electronics. And one framing of syllabus is done. When I looked at that framing, I understood that it's the old paper, topics are the same, only headings are changed.
Okay.
Then I said, anyway, I'm not into this. I'm giving you a proposal.
Okay.
We are physics people. So we have good knowledge in optics. We are physics people. We have good knowledge in electronics. There is one subject wherein these two are combined together.
Okay.
And that is photography.
Photography. Okay.
But at that point of time, let me be very frank, I didn't have any idea about the artistic aspect of photography. I am a pure physics person. I know optics, I know electronics, I know camera. So then I think my colleagues also got a little annoyed and they say that, Jaison, if you are talking about photography and if you want to introduce, you only frame the syllabus.
Okay.
We have this thing of, okay, if somebody challenges, we will take up.
Yes.
So I took up,
Ah.
I framed the syllabus, placed it in a board of studies and aligned it with the program, got it approved. And then that's how photography came in Goa University's Department of Physics radar.
So creating the syllabus, getting the approval for it, and implementing it to the students at Khandola, which of the three was the toughest?
Implementing.
Okay.
Other two was absolutely easy. It is in my hand.
Yeah.
But implementing is, I need to
So
take
what
help
was
from
the
others.
response initially? What was the response like from student side?
Initial response was very good.
Okay. So you had chunks of,
Initial response was very good.
Huh.
But my students, my faculty, and even the principal didn't have any clue.
Okay. Like it's like walking in the dark or shooting in the
It
dark.
was almost working in the dark.
Okay. Then
But we could manage.
you managed.
But introducing that photography, we also had another aspect. When we introduced photography, we realized that unless and until we faculty get aligned to the artistic aspect of that photography, things will not go right.
True.
Because only with the science, the optics and the electronics, we will not be able to manage this photography.
So now that photography was introduced, you had to go in for additional infrastructure? Like
Yes.
So
yes.
was that a problem?
That was not a problem, but it was time consuming.
All right. Okay.
We got the syllabus introduced in the choice-based credit system. Place, the academic council approved the whole of the syllabus. So everything is in place. And we introduced that photography course in Government College, Khandola. Now, specifically, you need equipments. You need cameras, you need lenses, you need lighting systems. So I had that expertise of putting things in paper. So through the college, we have applied to the Directorate of Higher Education. But somehow, initially, our Directorate of Higher Education, the people who were there, in all probability, maybe the lower cadre people, so they slightly misunderstood it as a commercial venture.
Okay.
Because photography is light cameras and things are coming in. So what happened? No, there was a small tussle
Misunderstanding.
and correspondence started.
Okay. Mm.
And again, when you say photography, see, photographers would take photograph and teaching photography, equipments requirements are different.
Different. Okay.
So I stick to what I have. That is, we are asking these equipments to teach photography, not to take photographs. So all these things, correspondence, okay, if I'm not mistaken, I had around 20 to 25 correspondence with the Directorate of Higher Education over a period of almost 1.5 to 2 years.
My goodness.
But I'm happy to say that whatever I proposed in my first letter, every equipment is procured and placed in Control College.
Lovely. Lovely. So now, did you extend the teaching of photography to maybe faculty members or public, or did you involve anybody else other than students? Like you could use the same premise and the infrastructure for.
Yes, that also happened.
Okay.
So when the equipments came in, I still remember equipments came in 1 month before the lockdown.
Okay.
So what happened? We got all the equipments and it is locked. College is also locked. We were at home. But when the lockdown is over, when we went back and when we started actually working with these equipments, we realized that these equipments are not fully utilized. That's because photography, this skill enhancement course is allotted only to the physics students.
Okay.
That is some administrative problem maybe. So that means the number of students who is actually using these equipments were less.
Yes.
See, it can be used by anybody. So then I took an initiative and we started formulating short-term courses in photography for our students.
Yeah.
That means even if you are not a physics student,
you can join in.
You can join in that short-term course.
Yes.
So every year we used to conduct 2 short-term courses.
Okay.
One is fundamentals of photography. One is photo editing. So this continued for about 4 to 5 years. Till my retirement, this was there.
So now, then I know about.
One more thing.
Tell me.
Then still I realized that no, these equipments are not getting fully utilized. So we put a proposal to the Director of Higher Education. And then we created something called a mentoring program in photography. This is something very unique, which happened in Goa. This is a program wherein public also can come into the Controller College. We put a clear proposal to the Director of Higher Education and it got sanctioned and the program was running till my retirement. Anybody who is interested in photography can join in this program. That is 30 clock hours of mentoring program. And this works on a new concept which we call it as IEP.
What is that?
That is individual educational program. This mentoring program do not have a syllabus.
Okay.
So if a next person comes in, we will have an interaction. We will know how much he knows about the photography. And then we will guess how much he has to be elevated. And accordingly, we create a syllabus for that particular person. And then this program runs in. When the second person comes in, this process we repeat with a different syllabus. That's why it is called IEP, Individual Educational Program.
Yeah, it's customized kind of
So
program.
everybody's program is different. So that we run it as a CSR project in the college.
So now again, mentoring, designing calendars, and preparing flip books.
Yes.
Which was of the three? Which was like had the biggest impact on students?
Impact on students were there in all three.
All three.
See,
What did they
mentoring program is mainly for public.
Public.
Students always used to come to short-term courses.
Okay.
Then again, we started it as photography. Photography got different domains. personally at that point of time, I was good at architectural photography.
Okay.
Why? Because my wife is an architect, her projects, photographs are taken. So I had an idea about architectural photography and what are its requirements and how it is to be done. So, because I have an expertise in architectural photography, I tried to introduce architectural photography first in the college. But that little bit failed because students don't have an interest in architectural photography. So their interest is fashion, portraits, and things like that. So then, even though I know the photography, I cannot get into fashion photography unless I know the intricacies of that fashion photography. So then I took a wise decision. In associate professorship, we have something which we call it as sabbatical leave.
Okay.
I took the sabbatical leave.
I remember.
Generally, we take a research project and complete it.
Correct.
So what I did is slightly different. I enrolled for a 1-year fashion photography course.
Of course. Lovely.
So the projects which had come in and involvement of the students, all these things have molded me to be a fashion photographer. And that made me a fashion photographer. It also helped me to teach photography to the students.
From a new lens, from a new angle. Beautiful. Because I've gone through those flip books and those calendars that you all have prepared. I think with the help of students, probably.
Yes.
Wonderful. And the students were used as models for that, if I'm not wrong. And they were beautiful. They were really beautiful. So what a wonderful, idea and venture. Yeah. So Dr. Jaison, you are a freshly retired professor now. You've been awarded a doctorate. You've got your professorship. You've got many publications up your sleeve. You have overall a vast experience in teaching. Now, what made you move to the glamour world of fashion photography? What is that pulled you there?
I have not moved to the fashion world by conscious.
Okay.
It happened.
Just happened.
It happened. So it mainly happened because we had a group of students who wanted to be in the fashion world, or I had to create content for them. Then we created certain projects.
Okay.
One of the projects which we have created in Controller College was, let us create a calendar. So if you want to create a calendar, we need to have the photographs and the corresponding content. Then I said, if you students are there, I will come and we will shoot. So it started. So January we did, February we did, March we did. Then the enthusiasm built up. Okay, we had the 12 pictures.
Okay.
So that college calendar is coming. So when the college calendar came in, we also had a realization. We are putting in a lot of effort because we are going into the location. They have their own makeup artists. They have and early morning and evening and things like that, like golden hours we are shooting, putting in a lot of efforts. And we have a lot of content remaining with us. In calendar, finally you are getting only one picture. So then the next year, we shifted from calendar to flip books. So that means students are getting, or the content which we have created, of that content, we could place more than one image and create a flip book. So these flip books have become a hit in the Controller College. So many students were there, and in different domains, flip books have gone in. Architecture and fashion, then spirituality and fashion, then something cross the ferry in fashion. So likewise, we had many storytelling flip books
Theme kind of
created, and each time when these things are creating, I realized that I am learning it.
You are also learning.
Okay, so that I can polish my skills. So that was an advantage.
Yeah. What is a teacher if he does not learn If a teacher stops learning, then that's the end of it. Nice, very interesting. Now that you're no longer having the label of government servant, this liberation that you've got,
Hmm.
what are the implications of this to pursue your dreams?
Okay, when I say liberation,
I said
the liberation is in a different
Different
format.
sense.
We were government servants.
Yes.
Once upon a time, you were also a
Yes,
government
we were
servant.
both.
So, government servant have another name, that is public servant.
Okay.
Okay. So, public have a perception.
Okay.
What is that public's perception? We are public servants.
Mm.
And government servants also have a perception. What is that? We are within a rigid rules, regulations, and procedures. Agree? So, if I want to do something, then there is something called permissions, NOCs,
NOC.
applications, then this government procedures. Now, if you say liberation, the liberation is from all these things.
You're free from all this.
We are
Not
free from
bound.
all
You're
these
not
things.
bound.
So, it is possible for us to do what we like
Like,
without any NOCs and permissions.
exactly.
Second thing is, since we are getting the salary from the government and we are in that rigid framework, whether we like it or not, we have to do the work. But once retired, we don't have that problem. So, I have the liberty to say no if I don't want to do.
To do something.
So, that's also a liberation.
Okay. Now, academics and glamour are two different worlds, right? How do you build your network now from scratch?
So, networking is a new concept as we academic people, because we never had to network anything. Because we do our work, we go to the college, teach and come back, we do our research and come back. Of course, in research, we need to do a little bit of networking in that particular domains. Agree. But when it comes to business or when it comes to professionals, we need to have a network in place. Otherwise, no, very difficult, because nobody is coming to your home and say that, no, okay, I'm giving you the job. Because we have to go and place ourselves and get the job.
Correct.
So, in that situation, networking has to be done. But in this field, I feel I have an advantage. What was that advantage? Because we had the skill enhancement course and we also had done a, what you call it as, you can say that we have done already a Reiki. Okay. So, now it may be a little easier
for you.
So, as an example, I will tell. I have retired on 30th April 2026. 1st of May, my website is up. So, that happened because we had this networking available earlier itself. Okay. And I am happy to say that the website is created and hosted by our own students from Mandala College. Because we have a computer science BVOC. From there, we had the students. 2 of our students only had done my work. So, they did the work and they also collected their remuneration.
Lovely. I mean, difficult to find such students, but you are blessed. So, there is a site, this website, jjimaging.com. Tell us more about this.
So, whenever you are a professional, website is something which authenticates. But in this digital world, what happens is, that physical interactions happens at a later stage. Always people look forward to in the digital world. So, in a digital world, we have this social medias. Okay, Facebook may be there, Instagram may be there. Okay, now threads are there. Okay, likewise, we have many social media platforms. But in that social media platforms, we are not getting a very good or very concrete picture of a professional.
Okay.
So, a concrete picture of a professional is available in a dedicated website. Exclusively that person's. So, a website is a must for a professional.
Any piece of advice to any, government servant who has passion for, other skills other than teaching and research? What would you advise them?
When we say government servant, see, that is again a dilemma. See, government servant or government employee and a government employee and a faculty is slightly different.
Okay. So I'm talking of faculty.
So if you have faculty, if you are talking about a faculty, I would
See,
say,
you've gone through all that. So
Yes.
now when you look back and you see the youngsters, someone is really good at music, someone is good at whatever skill, and they are tied because they are bound because of the label or because of all those rules that they have to, go through, a rigid kind of. So, what is your piece of advice for them? Like,
I will say go ahead.
go ahead with your
Go ahead with your passion. But there are certain riders. Okay. Rider number 1 is that do it without making noise.
Okay.
Because that is my experience. You do what you want, but don't create a noise in your work environment.
Workplace.
Then take advice from only the people whom you feel it is helpful. Because nuisance value is there.
Because everybody has a piece of advice.
No, piece of advice is fine, but that should not be a nuisance value for you to proceed.
Exactly.
Then, as far as possible, be within the limitations of our government service.
No crossing limits.
No crossing limit. So, without crossing the limits, in a faculty level, we can still do the things.
How has Goa shaped your life? If you were anywhere else outside, probably either outside Goa, other state of India, or out of India, is it Jaison who made his destiny, and wherever Jaison goes, he will make his destiny, come what may? Or there were other influences around that helped you make your destiny. And so Goa, in one way, played a role in. You got your wife from here.
That's correct. Okay. I perceive this in a different way.
Okay.
You can be anywhere. That is not an issue. You can be anywhere. But how you take up the things or how you mold. So that tells you, or that will be reflected in the results. Now, I came from Kerala. I have settled in Goa. But I didn't have any major challenges. It has its own reasons also. I had a support system here.
True.
I have never gone into a new place wherein there is not much support system. Because I was always with the support system.
You already had,
Okay. And again, we belong to a family wherein we always had family support systems in place. So, if I go to a new place and if I shine there, I'll remain there. If something happens, back home my things are there.
True.
So, in that situation,
you didn't have to worry about.
There was no worry. So, I'm not very sure if I go somewhere else, what would have happened. But I am sure nothing happened in Goa.
Yeah. No, that was just an imaginative question, just to see like a fun type question. Anyway, what do you plan doing now next? What is your time going to be filled with? That's my last question.
Yes. Okay. I will carry forward with my research.
Research.
Okay. But I had given a full stop to this biometric attendance.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Okay.
So now I'm not going to take up another job wherein 9 o'clock I have to put the thumb impression, 5 o'clock I have to put the thumb impression. That's over.
It's pressurizing.
That's over. Now, I will look forward to educational consultancy.
Okay. So you're open to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that new private universities are coming in here.
Yes.
So therein they are also looking forward to not regular staff. They are looking forward to content creators. And they are also looking forward to consultancy.
Okay.
So, in all probability, I will look forward to that avenue. And I also look forward to photography because we have learned many things as such. Okay. And then we also run an architectural firm.
Okay.
So that
you're
is anyway, it is
there.
there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
going on.
But all this while,
Uh,
I was not involved into that one because
you
I'm a
can
government
give your
servant and get,
attention to-
if
yes.
if needed, I can go
You
into.
can go into that. Okay.
Okay. And otherwise, no, our plantations and our property is there in Kerala.
Kerala, you can.
I can always go back to my roots, that is agriculture and these plantations.
Mm. Lovely.
So,
So
but
interesting.
nothing is
interesting.
finalized as of
It's
now.
a very, very interesting, a journey that you had your life. In fact, most of it was luck, destiny, blessings, family, support, sharp mind, good decision making. I think it's a beautiful story, a beautiful narrative. And or to all my viewers, I think you also must be having friends and neighbors and relatives who are displaced from the native place and going out for work or whatever. I think this should be an inspiring story for you as well. Thank you, Jason, so much for coming here to this
Thank you
studio.
so much for
And
inviting me.
all wishing you all good luck for your future ventures. Thank you.
Thank you.